You'd be amazed, and I'm sure you don't realise it, that when you eat, for nearly, well, many of the people on the planet, probably the majority of them, most of them, yes, your body has an invasion. It suddenly has to cope with this junk, rubbish that you put in. You've no idea. You're not built for what you're consuming. And various parts of the body shut down whilst this emergency is being handled. It's a very normal emergency. It's a bit like being in India, you know. The city I was in, the power would just go off several times a day for an hour or something, or just 30 minutes or for longer. And your body's the same. Suddenly it's coping with this, and everything else comes to a standstill. The priority is to try and cope with this planetary body that's now sitting in yours and shouldn't be there. You only have to read Genesis, don't you? He made the fruit. Green herb of the field, yeah, to some extent, but he didn't assume you were going to cook it. You eat the green herb of the field very sparingly if you're not cooking. Bit of lettuce, perhaps. The odd herb, although not much. And sure, you might, like Pussy, be chewing on the grass when you need, but it's only to make yourself sick with a sort of grass ball or something, you know what I mean? Or some particular cleansing operation that's going on. And the herbs are very good in this regard. But not something to be eating as a meal, not really. You munch on a leaf of spinach, not so good, and no way do you want to chew a potato that's raw. In fact, if you think of it, when you peel something, you don't really want to sit down and munch through the peel. Yeah, it gives you a good idea that it's not really designed for you to be nourished with. The fruit itself is, of course, is to attract you, the predator, to carrying the seed that's in it off somewhere else and planting it, either by throwing the stone away or by consuming the actual seed and it going through, very well protected from your digestion, and gets planted in your waste product wherever it ends up. Well, it's a scheme of things. Fruit trees and fruit eaters develop together. They support each other. I plant the trees feed me. Isn't that good? It's a loving relationship. It's not so when you eat someone's young. You take away the calf after a few days from mum, and she bellows all night. Where's my baby? You as a human being should know what that's about. Why do you shut your mind to it? I despair of you. Quicker you grow up, better. But in some ways we feel that about our kids, but in other ways we don't, because they're our kids. Although actually, if you think of it, everything you do is to help them grow up. Well, I've said before, there's no point in me proving to you that being a fruit eater is the way to go. The simple solution is say, try it. See if you find life so much more a blessing when you do so. See if it gets you out of the despair when you're in an illness that you're in the grip of. You won't need me to persuade you. If you find that it's your solution. Actions speak louder than words, and your experience means much more to you than words being told. Which is why the universe of uncertainty is here. Why Mother Nature's here. Why God has us go through childhood. That we become able to experience those things which will transform us, our very being, into a harmony with life eternal, His very self, and all the host of heaven. Thank you, Heavenly Father.